What does it mean to be a graduate student? What questions do you have about graduate student life, and what is expected of you? It's a good thing to have a lot of questions. In fact, it's okay to not know which questions to ask. And remember, you're here for a reason. You're accepted to graduate school because of your intellect and talent. You belong here. How are grad and undergrad different? You may have a hunch that grad school is going to be quite a bit different than undergrad. But in what ways? Your calendar. Graduate education is generally much less rigidly scheduled than undergraduate education. As a graduate student, you will spend significant time involved in independent research, data analysis, and writing. Your calendar may feel wide open, but in fact, you will be expected to accomplish a great deal. If you don't use your time wisely and impose your own structure and deadlines, you will find it difficult to meet expectations. Stress will set in. Early in your first year, it's important to take one day at a time. Be conscious of how long it takes to get your work done. Think about realistic ways to organize your calendar in advance. Be honest with yourself. Be open to changing your study habits and routines. Your milestones. During your undergraduate years, you probably studied a broad range of topics. Professors defined milestones like specific reading lists and projects, and you received letter grades based on how well you understood them. And you did very well. As a graduate student, you work towards being an expert in a highly focused area. Your progress won't simply be measured by a letter grade, but by how well you develop and execute your own goals. Graduate education combines developing personal milestones while achieving program requirements. Your relationships and communication with faculty. In graduate school, faculty will expect you to function more as an intellectual colleague. You will likely work closely with professors, and they will expect you to contribute your thoughts and ideas during classes, seminars, meetings, workshops, and lab times. This new student-faculty dynamic may feel intimidating. That's why developing new communication habits is one of the most important aspects of your first year. Take the time now to ask your faculty members questions and be honest about your concerns. Clarifying expectations. Mapping your academic progress. Avoiding plagiarism. Making your individual development plan, and the role of your advisor. Along with your program or department, use the Graduate Student Services and Progress, or GSSP office, to begin mapping your academic progress and expectations. The GSSP office serves as the primary contact point for graduate students after admission and initial registration, and can assist you with many aspects of your entire graduate school career. Plagiarism means using or paraphrasing someone else's words, ideas, or data in your own work without documenting its original source. Plagiarism is a serious offense. It is scholastic dishonesty and a form of cheating. But what if you don't know if you are plagiarizing? It happens. Perhaps someone else's original thoughts or the words you are translating start to feel like your own. Here's our simple advice. If you think you might be plagiarizing, ask someone. Get help from your program faculty and advisor so they can understand where you got your information. Look for one-on-one consultations at the Center for Writing. They can help you with not only making sure you properly source your work, but by giving expert writing advice when you need it most. As a graduate assistant, you may encounter plagiarized work from one of your students. What if you're unsure if it really is plagiarism? Use our simple advice here. Ask someone. Not all cases of plagiarism are the same. Consult with your faculty if you're unsure, so you take the proper steps to investigate and report scholastic dishonesty. An individual development plan, or IDP, is your graduate school plan of action. It is where your calendar, your program milestones, and your resources come together. The purpose of an IDP is to put in writing your academic, professional, and career goals, both short and long term, to honestly assess your skills, strengths, and weaknesses, and to make a step-by-step timeline to achieve these goals.
To me, the greatest thing about an individual development plan, or IDP, is the process of developing one. To develop my IDP, I had to really visualize my year, goal by goal, outlining the steps and identifying the resources and supports I have to accomplish them. Undergoing this process helped me turn something so abstract and overwhelming, like completing a PhD, into something concrete, tangible, and actionable. I made my first IDP my first semester of graduate school because I was overwhelmed, and I've continued to revamp it every year thereafter.
As a graduate student, you are paired with a faculty advisor who will help you navigate through your graduate career. Your program may assign you an advisor before you begin your first year. Your advisor is your academic point person and advocate. Together, you work to chart requirements and milestones. Your advisor will point you towards useful information, policies, and offer their expertise related to your field. A great way to strengthen a connection with your advisor is to collaborate on constructing your individual development plan. Every advisor-student relationship is different. It's very important that you work to understand one another and acknowledge each other's personalities. Be honest with them, set professional boundaries, and don't be afraid to ask for clarification about their expectations or to describe yourself and what you need. Many advisors have written statements of their advising philosophy that describe their advising methods. Ask your advisor if they have one, and if you can discuss it with them during your first meeting. How does your personality and needs fit with your advisor's philosophy? A faculty advisor offers first-hand advice.
The key to a successful relationship with your advisor, really anyone you work with, is to develop a shared sense of accountability and trust. And this takes work, but it's an investment that will pay off. Don't wait for your advisor to initiate a conversation about expectations. Take responsibility for getting your relationship off on the right track. During your first month at the U, carve out time to talk to your advisor about work styles, expectations, and how to make the most of your time as a graduate student. Here are some questions that I think you should ask your advisor. What are your expectations of me as your advisee? What can I expect of you as an advisor? You should ask your advisor how they best like to be communicated with, via email, how many meetings do they want to have, do they want to communicate via phone? Ask your advisor what a reasonable frequency might be to meet. Ask them what you can do to make the most out of your advising relationship. And then ask your advisor how you will know if you're off track. Ask your advisor what you should know about their workload or their work style. That's going to help you understand their perspectives and constraints as a faculty member and allow you to have a better relationship with them built on trust. As a faculty advisor, I really appreciate it when students initiate conversations about expectations. Open, transparent, honest conversations early and often will create a shared sense of responsibility and trust, and this is going to pay off hugely in the long term for both you and your advisor.
You need to be open and honest about your needs. However, admitting to weaknesses or gaps in knowledge is really challenging in grad school, especially because you may not even really know what your needs are yet. So I navigate this by working with my advisor to set and then attain realistic goals. Every semester, I make an individual development plan, or an IDP, that lists my long and my short-term goals. I review this with my advisor, and then we come up with tangible steps that I can work on towards these goals over the course of a semester. We then meet weekly and discuss my progress on these actionable steps. In doing so, we can determine what my needs actually are and how my advisor can best support me.
What's the difference between an advisor and a mentor? As we discussed in the previous section, your program pairs you with an advisor, and together you work towards your personal milestones and program requirements. Your advisor is usually connected to your program. It's an important and required relationship. If an advisor is a coach, think of your mentor as a role model. No one assigns you a mentor, and they aren't necessarily connected to your program. A mentor can be a trusted colleague or faculty member who helps you with many aspects of your graduate and professional life, and often shares their knowledge and experience in less formal and perhaps more personal ways. You may have more than one mentor, and they may come from a variety of backgrounds. We encourage you to seek out mentors for encouragement and to broaden your academic scope. Do you feel that people around you know so many things that you don't? Do you fear that someone made a mistake accepting you into your program and you're just waiting to be found out? Do you live in fear that one day someone will discover you're not as smart as other people think?
Imposter syndrome, a feeling that you don't belong or don't deserve to be where you are, is something students experience to varying degrees when they enter graduate school. I'm here to tell you that you deserve to be here. Nobody made a mistake. You're a graduate student watching this video because of your achievements. Don't let imposter syndrome stop you from seeking out opportunities, especially funding. Apply to every opportunity that's relevant to you. Getting funding and other research opportunities is crucial to your graduate career, and there's no way you'll receive them if you don't apply for them.
As graduate students, you already belong. You're admitted both on the merit of your past accomplishments and your vision for the future. You've been invited to become part of a community of scholars, to contribute to them. You didn't get here based on luck. Recognize your own expertise. Talk to your mentors and advisors. Go easy on yourself. Visualize graduation day. Visualize the scholar you hope to become. Stress is common and expected in graduate school. Stress is your body's response to any demand placed on it. And graduate school is filled with demands, from faculty and peers, friends and family, to work and finances. Stress can be beneficial and motivate you to achieve goals. That's good stress. Bad stress happens when we don't feel we have the skills, time, vocabulary, resources, or information necessary to overcome a difficult situation. Unlike the burst of energy we get from good stress, the result of bad stress is difficulty concentrating, high blood pressure, muscle tension, inability to sleep, anxiety, the list goes on. Bad stress erodes confidence and makes us question our abilities. Put your thoughts and feelings into words. One of the primary causes of bad stress is poor communication. If you don't understand the expectations of the faculty and staff with whom you work, how can you possibly meet their expectations? Similarly, if you don't communicate to faculty and staff what you expect of them, they're bound to disappoint you. This results in confusion and venting. Therefore, if you make a habit of asking for expectations to be clarified, you will successfully avoid many of the sources of bad stress. You're not perfect. No one is. Being an expert in your field requires trial and error. Don't let a single mistake speak too loudly about your abilities. Remind yourself that your intelligence and identity go beyond your academic performance. Overcoming perfectionism also means reaching out to others. Talking about your stress with colleagues, mentors, friends, and family can help you identify ways to deal with the stress. Keeping your stress to yourself will not help you overcome it. Be kind to yourself. Managing stress is impossible without healthy sleep, diet, and exercise habits. Practice the self-care techniques that you may have established before you got to graduate school, and keep an open mind about learning new ones. Time management is stress management. Make a monthly calendar that works for you. As a graduate student, courses and faculty will impose far fewer deadlines than was true when you were an undergrad. That means you have to impose them. Be mindful of the university academic calendar and plan far ahead for due dates for your major assignments and exams. And, we can't stress this enough, make time in your calendar for family, socializing, and hobbies. Prioritize the time when you are most alert. Some days, your waking hours will be filled even before you begin assignments and readings. Use the days that are less filled to focus on schoolwork. Are you most alert to read and write in the mornings or evenings? What's the best day of the week to carve out enough time to finish long assignments? Learn and practice good reading and writing habits. Not everyone needs the same amount of time to finish readings and assignments. If English is not your first language, you may need additional time to translate readings, and get writing support. In addition to communicating effectively with faculty, it is also critical to interact with other graduate students, within and outside your discipline, especially those who are further along in their graduate programs. More advanced students can offer suggestions and resources to help you navigate your experience and to build community. You can also build your network through involvement in student groups, professional organizations, and university governance. These opportunities will allow you to gain new skills for professional development that will help you during your program and as you prepare for your career. Like everything else about your first year of graduate school, writing at the graduate level will feel new and difficult. Embrace the newness. And, like everything else about your first year of graduate school, you're going to want to talk to someone about it. Our advice? Begin using the Center for Writing as early as possible. Student writing support. One of the most important aspects of successful writing is feedback. How another reader understands what you are writing about. The Student Writing Support Office provides face-to-face consultations and feedback on any stage of the writing process, from making sense of your scribbled notes to revising your thesis or dissertation. If you are a non-native English speaker or work in a very specific discipline, Student Writing Support provides a large staff with diverse language and writing backgrounds. Promote student writing support as a graduate assistant. As a graduate assistant, you will likely have students who need writing support. Not only can you use student writing support for your own work, you can also direct your students there as well. If you use it to help your own writing, you are more likely to promote it to those who need help. The university libraries have the spaces, collections, and research tools to help graduate students succeed. We have a librarian for every department on campus. Meet with your subject librarian to learn more about our databases, collections, and services for your research interests, or contact them by email, phone, or 24/7 chat. You will be able to identify top article databases, search tools, journals, and authors in your field, and create a system for staying updated on new publications. And learn about citation tools to organize your PDFs, create in-text citations, and easily create a bibliography. Engagement, aligning your academic pursuit with the public good, begins with building community and networking while you're here at the university. Listen to a graduate student talk more about community and networking.
Graduate school is a transformative experience, not just professionally, but personally as well. The communities we form here will continue to provide support and resources throughout our lives. Finding ways to network throughout the larger university community will also help you to evolve. By engaging with student government organizations or specific student groups related to your interests and identity, you'll begin to see the intersections between your work and the broader world at multiple scales. Attending programming events provides a break from studying, as well as lots of potential new friends from other departments. Social support is one of the best ways to alleviate stress, so be sure to take the time to get involved and leave your own mark on the university.
The best way to find community and network is to join a graduate student group or organization. What are your interests and motivations? Whether they are related to your field, your identity, or a hobby, participating in student groups and organizations can lead to amazing personal growth and enhance your professional skills. You'll likely meet friends and mentors who will help you along the way. The Council of Graduate Students, or COGS, represents all graduate students on the Twin Cities campus and provide a formal venue to express student views to the university administration and the greater community. All graduate students are welcome to join COGS general assemblies and social events. The Council for International Graduate Students, or CIGS, provides a platform for international graduate students to meet each other, share their experiences with one another, and play a bigger role in international student advocacy. What is an engaged campus? Public engagement is the partnership of university knowledge and resources with those of the public and private sectors to enrich scholarship, research, and creative activity, enhance curriculum, teaching, and learning, prepare engaged, educated citizens, strengthen democratic values and civic responsibility, address critical societal issues, and contribute to the public good. Let's hear a graduate student talk more about student engagement during their graduate school career.
While it is important to engage within the university, it is equally important to utilize your passions and engage within the community. I'm an MPA student, but I'm passionate about creative writing, music, and art. My former high school English teacher now teaches at Southwest High in Minneapolis and asked if I would come in and mentor some of her students on creative writing, specifically poetry and screenwriting. As an introvert, it's unnerving to walk through hallways filled with students, but once I was in the classroom, my passion took over. Mentoring those students is an amazing experience. It broke me out of my shell of shyness when I realized that these kids look up to me. These kids inspire me. I've used that experience in my graduate program. It keeps me centered, focused, and excited as a student, seeing things with fresh and creative eyes. As a TA, I'm able to bring that experience of creative writing into the classroom to help students get out of their own way when writing reflection papers and literature reviews. Bring all of you into your education experience, all of what makes you unique, and then go out into the community and utilize it.